Hi guys, this is Fernando doing a quick video for the Modern Survivalist. Today I'm going to be talking about EDC bags. I'm going to be showing you a few of the ones that I have and have quite recently, talking a little bit about the philosophy and what it is that I look for when choosing a bag. In general, we're talking about bags, shoulder bags or backpacks that aren't too big but still big enough so as to carry the essentials and hopefully have a bit of extra space, which I've always found to be very convenient. I prefer bags that are very rugged, reliable, well constructed, and hopefully waterproof as well, and colors such as the one you're seeing right now: green, dark blue, black, gray. Those are colors that don't attract that much attention. So within a few exceptions, that's basically what I prefer myself. This one I'm showing you right now, it's a shoulder bag, a typical green shoulder bag, range bag actually. This is made by Houston and I bought it in Argentina. This used to be my range bag. It's my range bag here in UK as well. It's just very simple, and I do like simple a lot. It's just a shoulder strap, a main compartment, as you see here, and pockets on front. This is waterproof, completely waterproof. I've used this bag in some classes where it was pouring rain, and we didn't suspend classes in Argentina because of rain. Actually was added value to classes so as to practice in more challenging conditions. So I would leave my ammunition in the bag or some other stuff in the bag, and it would stay dry thanks to it being waterproof. It has like rubberized material on the inside, so it's a good combination of ruggedness and water resistance. Another bag that I have, this one I've taken on a few trips as well. It's the typical fanny pack, which some people don't like that name a lot. The thing is that, especially in America, fanny packs, especially the ones that look a bit more tactical, those kind of yell gun, it's almost a given that if you have a certain type of fanny packs, you are packing a weapon in them, or at least you're very likely to do so. They are convenient because it's more comfortable than a shoulder bag or a backpack. Generally, I ended up using this like a shoulder bag rather than around my waist. So it is practical, but I've later started favoring shoulder bags or satchels instead, because carried as a fanny pack around your waist, it wasn't that convenient for me. It used to have a water bottle over here, but I lost it, and it fell off. When I was crossing a little stream, and went down that stream. Never found it again. That actually happened in Ushuaia, so it should be around there somewhere. Another bag, this one goes clearly against the down colors like gray, green, dark blue, and black. As you see, a very red, the North Face bag. This one is actually called the Bomber's bag, and it is, as the name says, it's pretty much bomb-proof because it's very thick PVC. Shoulder bag, has a well-dimensioned strap, very comfortable for carrying, very comfortable. It's not huge, it hasn't got a lot of capacity, but it's very rugged, very resistant, and of course waterproof. It also has, it not only has a flap, but it also has a zipper, as you see here, that goes all the way around, so you can actually close this very well. I bought this bag because I was doing a trip close to the sea, so I'm talking about sand and wet conditions, lots of humidity, and I didn't want stuff getting ruined. So that's why I bought this bag. It actually worked ideally. It worked exactly how I hoped it would perform, and the color it's something that didn't bug me that much. I actually saw some favorable things going for it, because since it's such a bright color, you're not likely to forget your bag when traveling and such. So even though it really goes against my gray man type of thing, it did have a few advantages. So you can find this bag in black as well. So that would be the color that I would recommend for actual everyday carrying, normal conditions. And the latest one by North Face does not have this zipper all around. It just has an ordinary flap. I still think it's a great bag, because the construction, it's still this type of very thick PVC that you see here. So it's very rugged, and it's going to be taking lots of abuse. Extremely well put together, as you can come to expect from the North Face. The buckles are very firm, very even. There's nothing at all cheap in this bag. It's all quality stuff. Moving on, the East Pack Day Pack or Backpack. This East Pack is one of the oldest bags that I have with me. I've had this forever. Don't know, in over a decade for sure. I don't know how long I've had it with me. What I love about this bag is that it has such an amazing capacity. You can put it basically swallows anything you put into it. It just seems to disappear. It's again very simple, just a main compartment and a pocket on the front. It has this sort of leather in the bottom for added ruggedness when it's against the floor. I thought that it would be rotting or coming apart or something like that. It has held on wonderfully well since the day I bought it, and I've taken this bag with me on many trips, many countries, and it's always performed admirably well. I did have to replace the zipper at some point. Well, not actually was it replacing. Let me check it if it's a different one. Yeah, it looks as if it's a different zipper, because the one that I had just it died on me, so that had to be replaced at some point. But other than that, it's been doing very well, and that's why I've kept this bag with me. Another one, this I bought on eBay. It's a typical canvas shoulder bag, messenger bag. If you go on eBay, you're very likely to find it. There's nothing really strange to it. It's just simple canvas. Has a couple of large pockets. I did a couple of customizations to it. I had someone place a zipper, which wasn't original to it. Comes all the way through here, and so as to add also on the back side another pocket, so as to have a place for when carrying certain items that I wanted to keep at hand without having to open the bag all the time. The reason for adding the zipper is because sometimes in Argentina, when you're in a very packed public transportation system, especially, or if it's a lot of people, if it's a bit crowded, sometimes they put the hand like this and try to steal something from you. So in that case, it's an added advantage to have the zipper. It also has an extra pocket here somewhere. Oh no, that was removed when they added the other one. I noticed it has a hole here. This stuff I just use it and it shows a bit of wear eventually. It's still something that could be fixed. The nice thing about canvas is that it's somewhat easy to customize with a needle and thread. For example, this sort of thing can be fixed without much hassle, so that's always nice to know. It is not waterproof though, so that's something that I don't like that much about it. And finally, I have 3 options that I bought here, and these would be good examples of EDC bags. These 3 I bought from Marks and Spencer's here locally. Let me take this away for a minute, and it's this one, typical black backpack, and a black messenger bag, also canvas. These are very simple. The thing that I liked about them is that they are rather functional. The colors are along that gray man philosophy that I was speaking about before, and there's no logos or anything weird about it. So those are all nice things to have going for it. Nothing, no logos, no insignias, nothing that it makes it easier to identify or catches the attention of the eye. You know, if you have like a big brand name somewhere, those are the kind of things that immediately, they are like eye magnets. So I prefer whenever possible not to have anything like that. Of course, I had my big red bag over there, but you know, it's something that I prefer whenever possible. This one is a typical messenger bag. It has what it is, an 11-liter capacity. Pocket over here on the back side, on the front slab, and the front. On the front flap, as you see here. Then it has another pocket with some more space, and on the inside another zipper for a wallet or something else that you don't want to be missing. 11 liters is okay. It's a good general size. The backpack, though, again, black, nothing strange about it. This one is, though, waterproof, and it has, let me check that out, 17-liter capacity. You see how, in terms of if you need capacity, the backpack is generally better, because just take a look at that. It's almost the same size, but you of course have more volume with the backpack. So especially if you're thinking of lots of volume and you're thinking of something that's comfortable for walking longer distances, in that case you generally want to go for a backpack, for a typical backpack. Something like this: black, gray, dark blue, dark green, something that's waterproof. And you know, those are the traits it has going for it. The shoulder bag or the satchel, the thing that it has going for it is that it's easier when you need quicker access to the items on the inside. For example, if I needed my keys, it was way faster for me to just dig in and find them in the shoulder bag. It almost works like an extra pocket, like a large pocket on your side. So that's what I like about, that's the thing that I like about shoulder bags and satchels. Finally, a satchel. This is 7 liters. This is something that I've been carrying lately. I've been experimenting with this a little bit. Why is it that I like it? I like it because it reminds me a lot to a bag that I used to have back in Argentina. And it's something like this. What's that? You may be thinking. This is actually 1945. Let me check if I got that year correctly. If not, well, it's the same thing. Let's check. 1942, actually. Well, it wasn't that much off. 1942 MK7 gas mask bag. All right, this is something that has a bit of a cool factor to it. It's old. Has like a half a century almost on it, and it's something that's kind of nerdy. It's a bit of a collector's item, I suppose. I actually have another one. This one I'm keeping it in the bag as original as possible, so I'm just taking out so as to show it to you guys. The other one that I have that I had to leave by in Argentina because I just didn't have enough space for everything. It's the exact same bag, but it had a bit of a more used shoulder strap. But I used that bag a lot. I used that bag for a long time, and it was so practical and so handy. You know, it's almost like a woman's purse, guys. Let's just call it what it is. Hopefully, you don't have a problem with that. It did help a lot that it was this World War II type of bag, gas mask. So that helped a bit. But it almost looks like a little handbag, which is what it is. And again, this one also from Marks and Spencer's. This only has a 7-liter capacity, so it's not huge. It's not a big amount of space that you have in it, but it's still enough for the basic stuff that you need, which is something that I'm going to be mentioning in the following video. The top 10 items that you should have in your bag, in your EDC kit. Now, what about cooler bags such as the Maxpedition? I was talking with a guy the other day. The thing that I don't like that much about that type of bag is, first of all, it looks very tactical, so that's something that I don't like much. I prefer to have more tactical philosophies, but not tactical, at least whenever I can help it, gear that looks tactical. It's telling a little bit more about yourself than you probably want to be putting out there. The second thing that I don't like that much about them is that they have a bunch of little pockets, and based on my experience, whenever you have like a multitude of pockets, and especially, as I was saying before, in crowded places like subways or trains or public transportation, if you ever find yourself in an evacuation type of thing, when it's a mass of people all bunched up, at least in public transportation, it was very likely for people to steal from you. So the more pockets you have, the more likely it is for one of those getting open and something getting stolen, or even accidentally falling off. At least that's the way I see it. I prefer something that's more simple. A main compartment and maybe a couple extra. This one, for example, has another compartment here as well. I prefer to keep it simple. Guys, that's gonna be all for now, and see you in our next video. Take care.